Alright, hey guys. I'm back. And, I know it's been a while since my last video. My last video was my thoughts on, Metroid Other M. And you can go check that out if you want. I'm not forcing you to. Check it out if you want, if you're still on the fence about getting that. But, I thought, I should make an update video in case you guys, wondering what I'm doing, what I'm up to. School started again, so I've been, hammered down with homework. I haven't been able to do video, so I thought, it's the weekend, and, might as well do it now, I've got time, got no homework, let's do it. So, I recently picked up my Super Nintendo, as you know. Picked it up, I've loved it, I've gotten it, a lot of games, I've got them all right here, along with my NES games, my Nintendo 64 games, so it's easy for me to just reach over and get it. And I also have my Sega Genesis, here, I'll get it, I've got my Sega Genesis right up top here, and I got my Nintendo Entertainment System. I've got my PlayStation 1 games, which are games such as Final Fantasy VII and Metal Gear Solid, Gran Turismo, and some other ones. Got some Sega Genesis games that I picked up. One is Subterranea. I didn't really like it, but where I go, Sega Genesis games are only like $2, so I picked that up. And I also picked up Sonic the Hedgehog, which is not the mail and rebate one, but it looks really weird. Not only the box art, but the art on the cartridge as well. Sonic, and then there's that. That's what it looks like. So, that's all good. Kind of weird as well, but whatever. So, put you guys down there. So, I might as well show you what games I picked up for Nintendo. So what I picked up, it was like $20, which is really good. Well, not really good. I could have found it cheaper maybe, but it is the Legend of Zelda. The first one. It came in a case, one of those bulky Nintendo cases, not the paper slip-on, but one of those ones that you put the game in, clamp it, and it came with the instruction booklet too. That was awesome. So. You know about The Legend of Zelda. I know about The Legend of Zelda. Good game. Alright, so now, onto the Super Nintendo, which is, I've actually got quite a few, and I'm just gonna pick them out. Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past. You all know, this is probably one of the best Zelda games. I'm not gonna say the best, because I'm not really in the state of mind for that kind of debate. If you want, I'll do that. I'll do a thing where I go through all the Zelda games I own. I did own Twilight Princess. I did have it, but I traded it in for something else I'll show you later in the video. But this is Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past. Great game. Definitely pick it up. I got Super Mario Kart, which is the first Mario Kart game, and this is so much different than the other Mario Kart games, such as, let me see if I can just randomly pick it out of the Nintendo 64 lot here. One last game. So much different than Mario Kart 64, because it's so much more complex. It's, in my mind, a lot harder than any of the other Mario Kart games, but not hard as in the Mario Kart Wii sense of things, where there's rebounding, rubber banding enemies. Not like that. You can be in first place and still get all the items you could as if you were in like 8th place, let's say, or 6th or 7th. Good game. It's also kind of hard to find as well. Here we go. Donkey Kong Country. They're making a new one. I don't think I'll pick that up. I don't think I will anyway. I probably will, but I don't know. Donkey Kong Country. We all know about it. We all love it. You know you love it. It's a great game. Pick it up if you can find it too. Good game. Let's see. Alright. I also got NBA Jam on the Super Nintendo. This is much better than the Sega Genesis version because of the sound, and the graphics are the same. Sound is better, controls are better. It's much easier to set out a control layout with I think 4, 5, 6, 7 buttons, opposed to, well, 7 buttons counting the D-pad, so really 6 buttons. It's easier to set an easy control with 6 buttons than with 3, I think. So, good game. And then I also got Super Street Fighter 2, which isn't worth talking about really, because, come on, it's just Street Fighter 2, it's just super. I actually have both of those, but, there's one more thing. So, I was saying I had Twilight Princess, and I traded that in for something. Well, if you're a PlayStation 3 fan follower, you'll know that the PlayStation Move came out on the 14th, I think it might be. I'm probably wrong, it came out a week ago. So, I traded in Twilight Princess, and I got the PlayStation Move. Here it is. And I must say, I own a Wii, so I'm a fan of Nintendo. I own a Wii. I have a PS3. I bought this. Well, I shouldn't say I bought it. I traded in Twilight Princess, Super Mario Galaxy 2, God of War 3, and Super Smash Bros. Brawl. And that gave me $150, which I was actually quite surprised about. So I got this, and I got another controller. And these run about $50. So these run about the price of a new PlayStation 3 game or a new Nintendo Wii game. And I must say, I have a Wii, and this is so much better than the Wii. You know, it's pretty much the same thing, really, when you think about it, except all the buttons are mapped to really the top part of the controller where your hand is mostly going to be. But anyway, I'm not going to get too much into this because it's not a review, it's an update. But I'm just going to say, this is great. Sony, good job. Keep going. I really want to see some more games for this. I mean, like, the game that came out was Sports Champions, and you know, it's Wii Sports HD, better controls. I'm gonna get bored of it soon, so I'm sorry, but this is good. This is good, and when developers really take control of this, so to say, they get the handle of how to make good games and make more games. It's gonna be even more fun. So yeah. Now, here's something. I gotta go get this. I'll be right back. So, this is my Nintendo GameCube, and I got this back in 2001. So this is like 9 years old, and I hate to throw out systems. I hate it, and especially since this is my first system. So yeah, this is my first video game console, and then I pretty much just collected these NES games, Super NES, Nintendo 64 games, Sega Genesis games, PlayStation 1 games over time. This is my first console. This is where it all started, and I got a Wii, and I could figure out I could play GameCube games on my Wii, but I was like, no. No, before that, I was suggested from my dad to say, hey, you know what? Why don't you go and trade this in and get some money and get some Wii games? I said, you know, at the time I was like, yeah, you know what? Sure, that sounds great. So we went to the store, handed this in. It was in amazing condition, like perfect, everything. $21 is what they were willing to give me, and I said, no way. It's too special to me for $21. 21, that's it. So I said no when I walked away. So I love this thing as much as you can love a video game system, but it's great. You know, I just couldn't throw it away even if, you know, I wanted to. But I just want to say thanks GameCube for all those fun games. Wind Waker, Double Dash, so many, Super Smash Brothers Melee, Super Mario Sunshine. You know, so many great memories. Thanks GameCube, and I salute you to going back into my closet. So, alright guys, that's it. That's all I wanted to share. You know, I'm trying to think of new ideas to put into make a video. I'm not gonna do reviews. I'd rather get a Dazzle so I could record and give you that. And, you know, that's pretty much it. That's all that mattered. So, thanks a lot, you guys. My GameCube is retiring after 9 years of service. 9 years of great service. Alright, thanks for watching, you guys. See you later. Bye.